from Android. They had bought an Android phone by mistake.
Shut up with that lie, you idiot.
And then had sought a better experience and a better life.
Bullshit.
And decided to check out iPhone and iOS. Nearly half of our customers in China in the past 6 months switched from Android to iPhone. This is incredible. And of course, that better experience is our devices and iOS. And iOS 7 took that experience to even higher level. The customer sat with iOS 7 is really off the charts. ChangeWave recently measured it at 97%. These are customer sat ratings that no one...
Okay, so just think about this for a second. Just remember what I've said before. Apple and this idiot, Tim Cook, can say whatever he wants. You know, this is the point that I've continue to bring up. You know, and then I've brought up in the past. That Tim Cook can literally say anything he wants to and people are going to listen to it. It doesn't matter what they say. You know, he could say Apple's the best company ever and people will listen to it. You know, he and the company themselves have brainwashed so many people that it doesn't matter what they say. And you can see that, you know, he's obviously putting 97%. You know, this is total crap. And just look at the red flags here. He said, oh, if you have a better life because you switched to Android. Like, number one, like, you know, it's obviously great. This is one point that I've never brought up. It's obviously great, you know, to have a smartphone. But one thing that Apple also does that Samsung kind of doesn't really do is, like, Tim Cook is so focused, like, when he does his presentations, when Apple does, he's so focused on, like, oh yeah, you must own the iPhone. Your life's going to be better with it. Oh, if you don't have an iPhone, oh, your life's not going to be good. You know, I want a better life. Oh yeah, you have a better life now that you don't have an Android. Just think about that for a second. Let that sit in, that he's saying this. And look at the almost 100%. There's no way and possibility that 97% is true. It may be a high number, but just look at what he's going to do here.
Really enormous. Now, one of the reasons why customers say they love iOS is that we make available our software updates for the OS available to as many customers as possible. And if you look at what has happened with iOS 7, our latest release, almost 9 out of 10 people in our install base are running our latest operating system. Now, this is in stark contrast to Android. If you look at their latest release...
Look at this horse shit. You know, I don't believe this, you know, at all. In no way is this true. You know, because what's interesting is this is another red flag. Tim Cook, and you know, they do this a lot with any, you know, this is one great example. When they pull up any of, you know, any sort of a percentage like this, he never explains where he got it from. He just slaps up a random number on there and doesn't say where it comes from, or he doesn't, you know. This is obviously a lie. There's no way in hell that this is true, nor that it is true. You know, I do believe that maybe, you know, Android or I do believe that iOS does probably have a high number, but not in comparison like this. This is a lie because look at how many people have an Android phone right now. Look at all the videos. Look at everything that they've come out with and released. There's no way in hell that this is true, nor that it is true. So I kind of find this a joke. You know, this is just another brainwash tactic that they're doing to, again, fool people like ice sheeps to believe they're garbage, to believe that what they're saying is true. And this is the big problem and why Apple has brainwashed so many people, because Apple themselves say it. If Apple themselves say it, it has to be true. And that's the mentality that Apple has been giving a lot of people.
Less than 1 out of 10 of their customers are on their latest software. And if you looked at a broader group, over a third of their customers are running a version of Android from 4 years ago. That's like ancient history. Now,
what's also interesting is I don't even know what the hell a Kit Kat is. I don't even what is Kit Kat? What's interesting, maybe Kit Kat. I've never even heard of Kit Kat. And I've been doing a lot of research myself, on Android. I don't know what Kit Kat is. Maybe Kit Kat. Okay, maybe it's true that Kit Kat. Maybe because I've never heard of them. Maybe they are poor. But what's interesting is he never brought up Samsung's. He never mentioned Google's. He says Kit Kat. So maybe because they don't want to be caught lying, so they kind of beat around the bush. We know what his intention is: to get people to buy an iPhone, to get people to believe that they are better than anybody else. So maybe Kit Kat, again, like I said, I've never heard of this Android, operating system Kit Kat. Everybody knows that what we use for Android is Google. Just right there. Almost every single phone that it exists, Android phone, uses Google. Like I said, I don't know what this is. So maybe Kit Kat, because I've never heard of it, maybe they are poor. But what's interesting is he doesn't bring in the Google. He brings in this garbage. He doesn't say Google, because I guarantee you Google would be just as high, because he doesn't bring in Google at all. He brings in something else. But what would he say if we asked him, oh, what about Google's? Because again, he's trying to ignore and not bring the truth in. Maybe by doing this, instead of actually bringing Google, by bringing in something else, he knows, he's not lying directly, but he's implicitly lying by not showing what is real. How to explain this? He's not showing Google, because if he was showing Google, it probably would be in a bigger competition with Apple. And like I said, Tim Cook doesn't want competition. He wants to be the best. He wants Apple's company to be the best. He wants them to always be the best. And that's obviously, I guess with any company, they're going to do that. But again, he's lying here with this bullshit. He's lying. He's not telling the truth here. So, with this, he's not showing what is reality. He's not showing Google.
That means that these customers are not getting great new features. They're not able to run your latest apps. And they don't get security updates that they may need to stay safe. And this is particularly important for Android, which dominates the mobile malware market.
Again, that is so stupid.
No wonder experts are saying things like this. Android fragmentation is turning devices into a toxic hell stew.
My other problem is that Apple always brings in quotes from random people we've never even heard of. Again, same thing to make them believe that they're better than they are. They say, oh yeah, this person said this. If somebody said this about us, it must be true. That's what the whole, I'm not going to get into politics or anything. I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to talk about Apple. But what's interesting is that a lot of leftists, people in the media do this too. They bring in a quote from some news source, from some person. Oh, because that person's saying it, oh, it's automatically true. And that's what Apple's doing here. They're trying to make us believe because somebody said it, oh, it must be true then. Because one person said it, it must be true. What about all the tens of millions of people? But he only brings in one. Out of all of them, it only brings in one. Obviously, that quote didn't come from nowhere. Tim Cook himself or Apple, whoever puts these keynotes together, had to go through and find it. This quote wasn't picked accidentally. It would be interesting to see what other people. I'm gonna guess that I'm sure maybe a lot of people did say that maybe Android's not the best, but I'm sure a lot of people did say they are the best or they are better. But of course, Tim Cook's not gonna ever put it. Just think about that. We know 100% that Tim Cook would not put something good about Android on here. Obviously, because he, again, whole business practice, basic business practice, you wanna show your business that you're the best. But like I said before, Apple does it in the wrong ways.
Little it is. Now, fortunately, iOS hasn't had these kind of issues because we do everything we can to make our updates available to as many people as possible.